Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Wood. I am 52 years old. First of all, thank you for tuning in, anybody that might. I am 52 years old. I live near Deseronto, Ontario. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation full physical identity theft victim. The guy on the thumbnail, he is approximately a 70-year-old. He has many aliases. He goes by Bill Woldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, Stephen Mabin, James Bubbles, and Robert Cross, and many others. He lives at 149 Center Street North, Napanee, Ontario. He is guilty of stalking. He thinks that he is guilty of stalking me. He is guilty of stalking my mother while calling my mother mom and causing her death in 2020. He is guilty of identity theft on me. He is a child sex slave trafficker. He is guilty of pedophilia, sex crimes, which he has been seen doing. He is unstoppable, unarrestable. He is the boss, co-offender, and accomplice to OPP sex slavery trafficking, Ontario Provincial Police in Napanee. Ex-OPP chief, drove a white Jeep Wrangler, August of 2019. Staff sergeants, years 2019-2021, guilty of kidnapping and sodomy sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston, AMHS, and a woman named Shelley Hafner. Hafner had me kidnapped May 27, 2021. Justice of the Peace, accusations, obstructions, threats and intimidations, false arrest, stalking, kidnapping, sex assaults, lies, extortion, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals except for on their victims, slave trafficking, injuring, torturing, financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, insurance frauds, drug trafficking, sex assaults, blood and piss forcing, false arrests for pictures, 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 signatures, and everything else needed for forgeries, framings, and frauds against innocent victims. I, in 2018, late 2018, early 2019, found out about stuff that was taking place out of the Morning Star mission, human homeless trafficking and homeless exploitation for monetary gain. As a result, I started speaking about it and I became a target. Shot by ex-OPP chief 2019, August, before he left, on the corner of Center and Bridge Street. Spencer Mills shows up at the house for threats, intimidation, basically to let me know if I did not stop talking about what was taking place, there'd be serious consequences. Medical blacklisting, treatment refusals, discriminations, file falsifications, lies about being a suicidal self-harmer, lies of drugs, lies of long criminal record and history, lies of psychological record and history. None of it is true. They are using these narratives against their slave trafficking, human trafficking, murder victims to be above suspicion while having their crimes covered up through Lenox and Addington County General Hospital. Girlfriend to Stacy and file falsifier, medical blacklister, the one that assured this to me. Margie V, aka Tatiana V, ex-CEO Cubby Duck, had me kicked out of the hospital, causing me serious lung damage. Being falsely charged and arrested through the hospital, Aaron Brown, to prevent anything legal on police doctors, or anyone else, and I believe it was co conspired against me in an attempt to try to deflect crimes onto me that were taking place through the hospital, through cops, in an attempt to cover them up. Medical medical treatment refusals through the file falsifications at three hospitals: Kingston General, Belleville, and Napanee. The lies, the time buying, the cover ups, the complete and total mutilations, the deforming which has taken place with me while 100% proving it, having my brain completely and totally split, my skull completely and totally split and deformed in serious ways with proof, and not being able to do anything about it. When people are going missing, how it's being done is they are having identity thefts committed against them. They are being injured, they are being tortured, they are being medically blacklisted to prevent help and proof, and they are being either slave trafficked or murdered, and it is being covered up. Cops, doctors, justice of the peace, and their Hardy Boys accomplices who are $22,000 unarrestable because they work with them for OPP. 5 years of going through this and not being able to do anything, including them murdering my mother and torturing my dogs. I am also the end of my bloodline as well. This is what happens in Napanee when you speak OPP crimes: the injuring, the torturing, medical blacklisting, and I can and have proven every single bit of it. While these pieces of shit are sitting back, getting away with what they're getting away with. Dale Hartwick, he is a guy that is aiding OPP for drop charges. He is aiding them in committing my identity theft and attempted murder to get away with stabbing charges. His boyfriend, Tony Hearns, aka Axel Rose of Napanee, he's a guy with long red hair that lives on Bridge and East Street. There is gang stalker and guilty of animal tortures and murders, one Ray LeBlanc. There is one Tyler Lake who is a meth head, meth fed piece of shit. He is a known Robert Kane rat informant, and he is guilty of torturing and murdering my dog with one Ray LeBlanc, March 2023. There is a Bert the Hitman Hustler. He is allegedly an ex NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He is a pillhead. He is a sex slave trafficker, and he is guilty of being involved with my identity theft and attempted murder with proof and intent. Tyler Teabag Lake, guilty, I believe I might have already said him, guilty of attempted murder on me, being involved with my identity theft, and guilty of torturing and murdering my dog Runt in 2023 with Ray LeBlanc. There's a Robert Berry. He is a truck driver, and he is a possible serial killer as well, a sex slave trafficker. His boyfriend Robert, and the one known as Blair Frederick Hardy, the leader of the Hardy Boys gang. He is a meth trafficker. He is identity thief. He is a stalker guilty of financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, rapes, and multiple murders. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstein, he is guilty of drug trafficking, drug lacing murders. He is guilty of attempted murder on me with intent to commit identity theft, identity fraud, and insurance fraud. I am also the end of my bloodline, and with this being done to me, the police, the doctors, and their pieces of shit, drug fed, money paid lowlifes who cannot be arrested, damage is done. Complete total brain damage on the right side of my head, complete total deforming, and I have absolutely no feeling whatsoever. There is nothing I can do about this. It has been assured through the hospital, through the doctors, through the cops, and everybody else. This is how they're getting away with it. This is how they will get away with it. And I will be disappearing. And I say that without paranoia. The lies, the cover-ups, the time buying, the arrest refusals, the false arrest, and everything else against me, trying to deflect everything back on me while these bastards are getting away with this to me. And it happened because of me speaking of OPP crimes. Let this be a warning in Napanee, Ontario, Canada. Damage is done, time is bought. I cannot get a rest. I cannot get medical help. And my identity has been completely and totally changed by these low-life pieces of shit or who are homosexuals. The guy on the thumbnail is Russell Williams' friend, personal friend still, and he is also a copycat killer as well. So let that be a warning while being allegedly Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain as well. And he was stalking children for the ex-OPP chief at Tim Hortons. He frequents the Loaf and Ale, frequents Coffee Cravens, frequents No Frills, and a place on the corner of Center and Thomas Street, the side door entrance, which is also possibly a family member of his, and a crack shack. So congratulations to the hospitals, the doctors, to Vinalsta and Hartwick's, Hardy, Hearns, Lake, Waldridge, LeBlanc, Hustler, Barry, and the rest of you pieces of shit who have been doing this to me for 5 years. Damage is done, and I don't care one way or another. Somebody is going to answer for this and pay for it. Whether you block my videos out or not, I hope this gets seen and I hope this gets shared because OPP and Napanee, the cops, are possibly guilty of multiple murders with these fucking lowlifes who cannot be touched. I have been through 100% complete and total identity change with 100% proof. So if they can do this to me, how many others has it been done to? How many others are they doing it to get away with their sex slavery crimes, their torture crimes, and their murders while using doctors and others to aid them in their crimes? Beware, everybody. That's another picture, the one known as Bill Waldridge, the one that's on the thumbnail. I know, kinda hard to see, but that is Blair Frederick Hardy, and he is a rapist. He is guilty of multiple murders. He is the leader of the Hardy Boys gang, and he is the one that gives the orders in Napanee for everything. That is a Tyler T. Baglake, the one that's guilty of torturing and murdering my dogs. He is also guilty of attempted murder of me, and he is also, in the past, has drowned and tortured and killed animals as well. So he's very seriously dangerous, and he's working his way up to humans. The guy with glasses, that's also Blair Frederick Hardy as well. He's an obsessed homosexual, very seriously dangerous. Kinda hard to see, but that is Jason Gimpy Two-Step and Allstein. These bastards need to be arrested and they need to be found. September 17th, 2024, and the time is actually 3:12 p.m. while I am doing this. That is Dale Hartwick, the one that's hating OPP now for drop charges. Tony Axel Rose Hearns. That is one Ray LeBlanc that lives behind a pizzeria on Dundas and East Street, stalker, child groomer, drug trafficker, guilty of stalking and attempted murder. Jason Gimpy Two-Step and Allstein once again. Kinda hard to see, but that's a picture of me. If anybody wants to see any of my skull deforming, any of my serious physical identity theft and changes, which I've proven. I also have Christ Wood on Facebook, ChristWood on Facebook. Also, Chris Wood Napany on TikTok and CHEIS.Wood 1972 on Instagram to see other pictures and videos that are not on my channel here on YouTube. So I hope somebody sees this. I hope it's taken serious because my identity theft with 100% proof is finished. This is how OPP, traffic, rape, and murder with these low-life pieces of shit. You can see the split right down my head. You can see where my skull's been totally split. And you notice the differences in my skull right now. There is also a Sean McKay that's involved with this as well. He is another one. I don't have a picture of him, but he is involved with this. And these are all people in Napanee, Ontario. Congratulations, you pieces of shit garbage. You're gonna pay for this. You're gonna fucking pay for this. Each and every one of you is legally. And I am not taking a fall. Damage is done. You are guilty of ending the Wood bloodline. Buy this to me, you fucking lowlives, for revenge retaliation.